Hello, everybody. It's Pearlo Wisdom, and you're listening to Rico and Pearlo's House of Hymes NHL Picks Frolic. No, that's not it. Rico and Pearlo's House of Exotic Hymes NHL Picks Frolic. In fact, I think I forgot that in the title. I'm going to change that right now. House of Exotic. Can't forget Dre. Dre is out with his family today. They're feeling better now. And yes, I've been off for a couple days. My better half has been very, very ill, but she's feeling better now. And we are back. So yeah, we got a 13 game card tomorrow. So I wanted to get on here and take a look at it. I don't know how many people are going to be on. Probably. Oh, look at that! People flying in here already. Yeah, I myself, I felt it coming on too, and I did what I was told when I was young. When you feel like you're being attacked by an illness, don't eat and sleep a ton, and take whatever you can to sleep the whole time. 14 naps. Remember what I said? 14 naps. But this was 14 naps incongruent. I slept like crazy. Have you ever tried ashwagandha? I'll tell you, my wife got it for sleeping, and I just thought it was a sleep aid. I didn't know what it was, but actually, it is more than that. It's great. I love it. I'm going to take it more often. It makes you feel like you're totally in the Zen mode. All right. So, like I said, I haven't been on for a couple days, and I missed you all. I certainly did. Of course, I've been Hymesed up the last couple days, and I've been. My wife is now starting to be a Hymes believer. I didn't want to mention it before, but she wasn't really much of a Hymes believer before, but she's starting to now because it got rid of her COVID. That's right. Hymes body lube. It's the best. There, I said it. I've never felt this way before. Yeah, Hymes, take it every day. It would have got rid of COVID before. They had all these scientists trying to figure out how to get to this inoculation so you're not going to get COVID. Hymes, my friends. Hymes is all you need. Feed a cold, starve a fever, po body. There you go. Look at this dude. He knows the old adage. Feed a cold, starve a fever. Absolutely. I got tested all the way through, and I woke up last night. I had palpitations, like crazy palpitations, and heart palpitations, and my heart rate was out through the roof. So I took, of course, I got myself all Hymesed up again, and then I took some ashwagandha, made a big pot of ginger. That's the other thing, ginger, and don't eat. And I never got it. I never got it. I fought it off. We have a COVID test here, and we took the COVID test, and I never got it. But I did have to fight it off. I'll tell you that. I went to bed at 3:00 this afternoon, and for my 12th nap, and I woke up just before I started doing this. So I haven't looked at anything, but I haven't looked at any of the games for tomorrow or anything like that. I'm going to try to make this a little shorter. I'll see if it works out doing that. But I'll tell you, let's look at the game. What I did have. I did have some bets. I didn't get into props at all. Wasn't feeling it for the props. I'm sweating the under in the Panthers Rangers game. I have under 5.5 at plus 105, and the Rangers are up 3-0 on 12 shots. I can't even watch the damn thing because I don't have TNT. Yeah, how bad is that ice? 25 shots for the Panthers, though. I leaned the Panthers in that game. I just thought if it was going to be a sloshy game, the Panthers would have a better chance of it because they're more of that type of team. But what I did forget is the Rangers are a high shooting volume team. Who's got the points in here? I had somebody send me a bet today that I didn't take. Oh, a good thing I didn't take it. It was Panarin under shots, and he's already got over. So it's a good thing I didn't take that bet. And he scored one of the goals. He's got a goal and assist. Zibanejad with 2, and the Panthers are struggling there. As far as like I said, I can't watch it. So tell me what you guys think about that. Now, for the other games, I had the Blues. If you watch, I do a show on Tony's picks. Yeah, I have Mini. I have Mini in the over and team total over for Mini. No, it wasn't a rough night for you. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, Bear. Yeah. I didn't take it because it was too late by the time he sent it to me. But he said, take Panarin under 2.5 shots and all that. And I was like, oh, I would have actually taken it because he's really good at that. But good thing I didn't because he definitely got over his shots already. In fact, he's got 3 of the 12 shots that the Rangers have taken. So I don't know where he came up with that, but he wasn't right this time. I had the Blues. If you want, I was going to tell you if at 1 o'clock, almost every day, if I happen to be available, I do Tony's Picks video with Rod Zawacki, excellent capper in general, not just hockey capper. I do it, and I was leaning the Blues if Hofer was in, and but it was Binnington was in early. It said projected that Binnington was in. I was going to lay off, but as soon as Hofer was confirmed, I did go in on the Blues. And if you watch that video, you can watch that video at 1 o'clock. I didn't get into props today, Bear. Like I said, I've been taking care of the lovely lady there. She hasn't been, she's feeling better today. And by the way, thank you very much. I had like many DMs of people wishing me well with Caroline and that everything was going to be okay and all of that stuff like that. And I'll tell you, that warms me on my insides that she took some time to actually say, hey, I hope everything's all right. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, she is feeling better today. So that's why I'm on. But I mean, being ill is one thing, but this COVID thing, I'll tell you, holy crap, it has been like I basically had to be at her side, just giving her like everything she needs. And it was, like she feels better. And then all of a sudden she can't breathe. And I'm throwing Vicks. That's another thing. Vicks Vapor Rub. People know this? Just lathering her with Vicks on her back over and over and over again. And so, but she's feeling a little better now. I think by tomorrow she'll be okay. As you can tell, I got like, it seems like a little bit of a cold here, but I get my 14 naps a day, and I'm all Hymes up. So yes, Vicks is the best, my friend, for sure. So I don't get things. I got maybe a little bit of a cold out of it. That's about it. But it did try to attack me. I'm telling you, man. Last night I woke up and my heart rate was like, bah, 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 bah. And that's usually your body fighting, telling you that it's fighting something off. So after dark with Pearlo, yes. All right, let me get this shared out so we can get as many people in the land here as possible. Yeah. Thank you for tapping that like button, whoever's in here. That helps out a lot. And it also, just the main thing, tells me that you like it. It's always good to know. It's always good to know that people like something you're doing, right? Dre is out with his family today. He's feeling better. He's starting to feel better, but he's out with his family tonight, and good for him for that. Go hang out with the family and stuff. And Rico, I don't know. I'm actually going to message him right now and see if he's still okay because they all had COVID too, believe it or not. I think that's what they had. I called all right, I just sent him. How are you feeling? Smash that like. Yes, real deal primer in the house. Bear in the in the house. Pole bodies nerfed in the house. Thank you all for coming in. So for the games coming up, I've got Minnesota. How do you not take Minnesota? I got it at minus 130. The Ducks are just struggling right now, and the Wild are a wagon. I know they got a game in LA tomorrow night. I'm not one to usually take teams when they got a game the next day, and I'm a little concerned about it, to tell you the honest truth. The Ducks are going to have a bounce back, and this could be it, but I think this is going to be tough. I've also got the over and the Wild team total over. As far as the Canucks and Kraken, I can't take the Canucks at minus 142, but I kind of lean to them with the problems that the Kraken have had. I just took a little bit on the draw and I took a little bit on the over, and that's just a gut feeling. There's nothing really to tell me why I would take an over here. I just think maybe both teams are feeling it. And I don't think the Canucks are really shutting anybody down right now. They don't really have the greatest defense in the world, and the coach knows it, and they don't play defensively. As far as props, somebody asked me about props for the Ducks. I would look towards. Let me take a look. I'll take a quick look at it because, like I said, I haven't really been getting down to some serious capping the last couple days, like I normally do. And it's been kind of nice actually to take a little break. Um, I had Marcus Johansson to score last game, and he never came through. Just a weird feeling. Vinny Hinostroza today to get a goal seems like something that could happen for some reason. I know that Jared Spurgeon, or sorry, Jonas Brodin, if you can find a shot prop for him, he's been going over, but quite often you can't find any shot props for him. I've been waiting for them to pop up. Oh, Garland and Rossi are out tonight. Oh, geez, yeah, definitely not taking Vancouver. I'm not feeling good about my over either, but I've only got a little bit on it, so it doesn't matter. So that would lead you to some props. Let's take a look at that. You might want to be looking at some props here for sure. Linus Carlson, absolutely get on that right now. Get him for a goal. He's already been doing well in the bottom line, so I'd be looking at that. Max Sassel for a goal, possibly. Keeper Sherwood still getting shots from that third line. They're starting to get some offense all through their lineup here. I'm not so sure I would worry about the injuries here with Vancouver for the first game. So it's, you know how it usually is. It's like a step up. Everybody steps up and gets an opportunity. So I think you'll see lots of shots from Vancouver. You got line mates that don't normally play with each other. So I might want to look at Grubauer over saves maybe, because usually when lines get all mixed up like that, what happens is instead of passing, they shoot because they're not used to playing with their partner, so they don't know exactly where they are. What's Grubauer? Oh, let's see what Grubauer saves are. Oh, it's Decord over 24.5. I don't mind that. Let me see here. 24.5. I was hoping it would be a little lower than that, but I might take that. Now with the court in, I guess you got to lean to Seattle. The court has been just crazy good as of late. Maybe Vancouver team total under, but I kind of like that saves prop. See, Seattle has been given up. Shots for maybe not. I think I'll just pass on that. Vancouver was shooting a ton. Yeah. So Decord in, I sort of lean to that saves prop a little bit. I think Vancouver will be shooting, but I don't think I'm going to pay. I don't think I'm going to bet it. No, I got a little, not bad. I got a little cold thing going on, but it's minor compared to the COVID. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so I'm trying to think of some other props here. What about Granlund? Is he still up on the top line? If you can get that, I might. No, he's not. Is he hurt? No, he's in the third line center. So they switched all their lines around. That means Anaheim's going to be shooting a lot too. Put Killorn up there on the top line. Seneca. Lacombe over Shots is always a good bet. And I imagine they're going to simplify their game here. So I kind of like that back to third line there. But I imagine they're going to simplify their game here, Anaheim. They've been having trouble scoring as of late. So I kind of like Lacombe over Shots. When a team simplifies their game, you know how it works. They put it back to the point a lot. And that's a guy that they would be relying on a lot. All right, let's get into the games for tomorrow. I haven't looked at anything in them yet, but 10-10 tomorrow's Saturday. We got 13 games. Yeah, we better get into it. I don't want to be here all night tonight. Pittsburgh versus Detroit. Pittsburgh plus 120. Detroit minus 142. This is a revenge game for Detroit, I believe. Let me bring it up here. $12 p.m. Eastern time. Afternoon games, I don't like to go overs on, but I'm telling you, it's kind of hard not to go over in this game. These teams have gone over in what's the total? It's probably is it a 6? Oh, it's 6.5. I'm sure you can find sixes out there minus 120 or so. Last game was 4-3 Pittsburgh, which usually wants you to go onto the Detroit side on the other team after a loss. Instant revenge, of course. They have gone over this total or pushed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 of the last 10. And I think that's likely the case at 6, anyways, if you can find the 6 out there. I can't take Pittsburgh for an under anywhere, even during a day game or anything like that. Um, Pittsburgh has won 3 straight though, scored 7-5-4. They got their ever since the break, it seems, they've got their goal scoring mojo going on. They beat Carolina, they did beat Detroit, and I think that's maybe where I'll go here. Again, it should be I don't know if it's gonna be Gibson. It should be Gibson here. Detroit has been more to the under at least the last 3 games, except for that game against Pittsburgh. Won 2, lost 1, against Pittsburgh, and just gonna see what they have, if there's any front side of a back-to-back here. No. No, there's not. Yes, there is. Pittsburgh, yeah, this is a Detroit spot for sure. Yeah, draw. I like Detroit -1 or something like that. They got Pittsburgh has a game right after this too, so I think Detroit's going to have more fight in them in this game than Pittsburgh does. But I mean, like Pittsburgh's been on that little bit of a roll. What's the team total stuff here? Oh, I should get my. Just wait. I'm going to get my book here. So I'm leaning Detroit. I'll probably lean Detroit first period too. Oh, really? Either goaltender. I think I'm going to lean to Detroit. Let's see what they have for starting. Who's projected? You have to excuse me. I'm a little bit out of the loop. I haven't even really been watching a lot of hockey as of late. Should be Skinner. Skinner hasn't really been faring well as a. Oh, they did do well against Carolina, I guess. It's got a chance to, yeah. I like the over. I just can't bet an under with Pittsburgh right now. There's no way. Detroit's team total over is 3.5. -160 for Pittsburgh's team total over. If I'm going to take Pittsburgh's team total over, though, I might as well just take over for the game. Would I cash out? I mean, go ahead if you want, but wow, Pearlo, what's wow? 20. Okay. So yeah, I'm leaning Detroit at minus 142. It's hard to get behind minus 142 against a Pittsburgh team that's won 3 in a row. And I don't know, but I mean, it definitely feels like it probably is that. I think if you're going to take Detroit, at the very least in the first period, they're going to come balls out here. I'm hoping that maybe money comes in on Pittsburgh or on Detroit, I should say. Last 10, Detroit has not been good at home first periods, though. Pittsburgh has been. Huh. Hasn't been bad. I wonder if we go total here. I like to go second period overs on day games because it usually takes a little while for them to. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. Second period over. I like that. Second period over 2. The thing about taking the over here too is last game was over, and quite often the second game is under when they play it. But I do like the second period over. I think it could start slow, being a day game and all. I lean Detroit first period. Just simply coming out after that loss. It's usually the case when a team loses, but I'm not sure. I mean, Pittsburgh has a game the next day. It's so easy for them to just kind of take this light a little bit. They already beat Detroit once. I would only take Detroit here. It's just the minus 142. I don't know how to get behind it. Um, I wouldn't mind a team total over 3, but I guess you're probably looking at about minus 140 or something like that. Maybe split it with the 3.5 with Skinner there. I think Detroit's going to come up balls out here. That's probably the way I would look at it. Team total over 3. 2 ounces of Jameson, 2 squeeze lemons. That'll put you to sleep. Oregano, yes. You guys are coming up with great ones. All of these are excellent. I love these natural remedies. Yeah, I didn't take Florida. I just took. How is that going, by the way? Is it getting out of hand or what? All right. Well, I hope it stays this way because I've got the under, and I don't take 5.5s under too often. But I heard about all that slushy ice and stuff, and it was plus money, so I took the under. I was leaning Florida, but I didn't bet it because I'm not going to bet a side when you've got terrible ice. It could go either way, and I didn't know how to wrap my head around it. I leaned Florida because Florida would play a more gritty game, but I'm glad I didn't bet it because now looking back on it, thinking about it, the Rangers have the higher shooting percentage players, and that would I never even thought about that at the time, but and when you got ice surface like that, you want those high shooting percentage players. So, all right, let's go to the next game. Oh, you took Florida. Oh, okay, it was minus 108. Yeah, 3-1. Hey, shoot. Don't come back. I'm probably not going to get that under. Let's hope I do. But next game. Utah Mammoth and the New Jersey Devils. Utah coming off that big win against the Islanders that were like tired as hell. I don't know what to take with this Utah team. They're all I know is if you're going to take Utah, you pretty much got to take an over if you like Utah. New Jersey, I had the Blue Jackets that last game. It was looking good. They were down up 2-0, and then like in 10 minutes they scored a bunch of freaking goals, which is not normal for New Jersey, or at least it hasn't been this year. Anyways, it just seems like a draw, doesn't it? This seems like first thing I'm going to bet here is the draw. Two different conferences, both teams struggling a little bit. I'm going to timestamp this. Oh, they got to play Carolina the next day. All right, let's take a look at this. I got to get the lay of the land. A 5.5 seems light here. This is a 5.5. My first instinct, I mean, these guys, New Jersey has owned them since they become a Mammoth. 3, and it's all been unders. 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. Gunther with the hat trick last game. It's going to be, it says Allen and Vemelka. Back to Vemelka again. Second game of a road trip. And you're saying New Jersey plays Carolina the very next night. That is a Utah spot, all right. No doubt about that. That is a Utah spot. I would think that they're going to play Allen here and then Markstrom against Carolina. I don't know why. I would think they would play Markstrom here. I think it's should become pretty clear to them that. Why do I like the over here? What is it that has me on the over here? I haven't even thought about an over on New Jersey for a while. I guess Utah has been playing to the over quite a bit. I think Utah will probably win, and if Utah wins, I don't see them winning unders too often. Yeah, I think this would be Markstrom. They've been going back and forth, right? And Allen played in Columbus. I think this would probably be Markstrom. What's the price on Utah? Plus 110. Yeah, I can only take Utah here. Was it Buffalo's made me sick? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, according to Utah media, it's going to be Vanacek tomorrow. Thank you, John. Um, I don't like. That's why I like the over. See, my gut said over. I like the over here. Over 5.5. Get in on it now. And I haven't been betting anything over with New Jersey all year, but this Utah team coming off a 7-2 win, they got their mojo going. And when they win, I'm gonna take a second look here, but I do believe when they win, they score at least. But they beat obviously got 7 against the Islanders. Now that was against an Islanders team that had like a goaltender that shouldn't have been in. They would have been better with Hogberg there. You can't play a guy that many. I don't care if it's Riddick or who it is. You can't play a goaltender that much. Yeah, back to back was like 3 games and 4 or something. It was just ridiculous. They lost to Nashville in an over. Colorado, I mean, you can pretty much scratch that out. Colorado's winning the cup, and everybody knows it. Winnipeg. Oh, last time they played, it was 2-1. And New Jersey won, and that was at home. So yeah, you got a revenge spot too. Maybe team total over for Utah. You should be able to get a decent price on team total over here. 2.5. Yeah. Utah team total over 2.5 is minus 150. I know a lot of people don't want to play that. I will, but I'm going to split it with the 3 and the 3.5. And I'm going to put a little bit on the over for the game as well. I'm going to put more on the over. I like the over. Yeah, okay. I'm not. I know he had a good game, but I'm not gonna. I mean, and not only that, Utah saw him that game, so they're gonna have a book on him a little more now. So I think there's more of a chance that Utah could get pots on Markstrom here. And with Vanacek in net, I imagine I hate trusting New Jersey to score, but they have been, kind of scoring a little bit more lately. They had like 3 in 10 minutes that last game. Is this a day game? It is a day game, isn't it? Ooh, the under may just hold here. Yeah, it is a day game. That's the bad part about taking the over, but I don't know. My gut says, you know what? I've been going against my gut has been right more than my anything lately. I've been like the LA Tampa game, instantly when I saw it, I thought over and I bet it. And sure as heck it was over. It kind of funky way to get there. Haven't been betting overs with LA games for sure ever, but a little bit of thought to it. Tampa Bay, I just don't think Tampa Bay is going to be playing unders right now with their defense at all. Doesn't matter who they're playing. So we'll see how it works out because I have the over here in the Minnesota Anaheim game. Pretty decent pace so far. Anaheim looks a lot better though. So far, anyways, they're having a good start. As far as first period stuff, I'm hesitant and to take overs in first period with New Jersey. And I think that's just a bias that stems from last year where I was betting no goals first 10 with New Jersey and hitting consistently. But if I do believe, yeah, New Jersey's been kind of trending to the over first period here. And yeah, I don't really like anything on the first period. See, when I have time, like what I would like in this one is I would probably look towards New Jersey's coming from that come behind win against the Islanders. Utah's coming in kind of fat. I kind of like a draw 0-0-1-1 first period here. New Jersey should be coming in with a little bit of confidence after that Columbus win. Yeah. Yeah. Team total over 3. I got 2.5 and 3 and 3.5. That's probably my favorite bet here. I know Markstrom has played well, kind of against them, but if I'm thinking that it's a Utah spot, I'm going to play the team total over. Maybe New Jersey's coming in with confidence after that Columbus win, and they win this game, and it's like 5-3. But I like over for the game for all the reasons for that reason too. All right, let's go to the next game. Oh yeah, Buffalo versus Columbus, and you got to pick them. I mean, how do you not? How do you not play Buffalo here? I thought I did. I thought the streak was going to end in Dallas. That being said, I mean, this is one of those games where the letdown could easily happen. This definitely could be the letdown spot. You just beat Dallas. Uh, big game against a contender. And now you're going to play a Columbus team that this could be it for sure. Columbus coming off a bad loss too. Now, I don't like taking teams that let games slip away the game before, which I don't know what it is. They come in with a lack of confidence. Minnesota scores. Who scored? Probably Johansson. Kaprizov. Nice. It is a revenge spot for Columbus, sort of, I guess. You know what? I don't look at games where the last time they played, it was a draw in Buffalo. I don't really look at that as revenge spots anymore. If you look in the past, little while here, uh, if a team lost in overtime to a team, quite often it doesn't really sit as a revenge spot. Like they kind of don't think about it. Oh, return of Rowensky. Yeah. I mean, those are different Buffalo teams. I think I mean, if you're thinking Columbus here, I think you just simply have to look towards an over again. Both teams have been scoring a lot. Um, Buffalo has scored 4-4-4, 3-3. At least 3 goals in 10 straight. And Columbus, when they win, they score 4. This is an over game. I, I I don't see it head to head. There has been some unders in their head to heads. So they did win in Buffalo, though. That's the thing. And it was an OT game, but I more of a revenge spot, even if it was a draw. It was an OT game when they did it in your own barn. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be Greaves. They got to find a spot for Merzlikins eventually. I don't know if this would be it, but Luukkonen and Greaves. That's what it says, anyways. They've been playing the shit out of Greaves. I think that's what has me on Buffalo more than anything. Here. Uh, if they play Greaves, they've been playing him way too much. I'm gonna lean Buffalo team total over here. Sabres team total over. You can probably get a 3 at minus 130. That's my favorite bet here. And a little bit on the 3.5. I like over first period, I think. I could see it settling out after the. Oh, what the heck happened here? What's going on? Killorn just got crunched. Oh, he just got a puck in the face. Wow, must have broke his nose or something. Because it didn't look like it hit him that hard, but Columbus has been a bad home team. First period home team. 4, 3, and 3 total. If you guys are saying something to me, I'm on EVA Analytics. I can't see you. 8, 10, and 1. 6, 12, and 0 to the over. First period. Now, what does Buffalo have after this? Buffalo goes home right after this to Vancouver. Columbus has Pittsburgh right after this. Oh, are they? I was kind of leaning first period for Columbus, but then I looked it up overall. They must be coming back huge in first periods because overall they are what, 6-12, like 6-12 and 0. No, did I look at the wrong thing? 6-12 and 0. So they have just started rocking the first periods as of late, like big time, because they were not a good first period team. Thanks for bringing that up, Po Buddy. Hey Tim, how you doing, buddy? I like the over first period here. I'm gonna put a little bit on the over 1P. I don't even know why. I just think Columbus now they know this Buffalo team's coming in hot. They also maybe Columbus first goal first period, and then take Buffalo afterwards. Sabres are 6-1 and 3. Yeah, that's what I like here. To the 5-1 and 4 to the over in the second period. There was some kind of over I liked here. Yeah, over second period, over 2 second period, not first period. You can probably get that at about plus 110 or something like that. They're both good second period teams. Now that I think about it, I like Columbus first period, but then I like the Sabres to come back in this game. Oh, yeah. If it's not, this all goes. If they're putting Merzlikins in, forget about everything I just said. Then I'm definitely, no, don't forget everything. Definitely. I would take the team total over 3 for Buffalo as soon as you can get it. If you can get it somewhere right now at minus 130. And then just add to it if Merzlikins isn't. If it is Merzlikins, then I'm definitely on the team total over for the Sabres for sure. But even if it's not, I kind of like it. I kind of like the 3. And I kind of like the over for the game as well. I mean, Columbus's defense is just not very good. And I know and with Werenski coming back, he does help defensively. He's a very good defensive player. But he helps offensively too. Marchment's been flying. I would take a look at him. Oh, they got Cole. What's going on here? Marchenko. Who's out? Okay, so they got yeah, I definitely am leaning Buffalo here. You got Cole Sillinger, Heinen. What the heck are they doing with these lines? They had to bring Danton Heinen up. Oh, Monahan's out. I'm getting a lot of injuries here. I don't like that line at all. Sillinger, Heinen, and Voronkov. That line's not gonna do shit. I would look. I think they're gonna use that third line a lot more. I would look at something there. Um, but more on Buffalo now when I see that second line. They could be a letdown spot for Buffalo, but I'm not sure if they're going to see a letdown spot. I actually think the letdown spot is more back at home against Vancouver. That next game, the first game home back, because it's like one of those. It's one of those go home and then back on the road again spots, and they play the Rangers right after that. I wouldn't doubt that that's the L that they take. Wouldn't doubt it at all. But I mean, they're losing, but they're losing good. Like they're playing well in a sense that they're playing hard, but their defense is bad. Like the forwards that it took even more of a loss when they got rid of Shiberkov. Um, they've only got now Mason Marchment has in his career been pretty good, full sheet, but in Seattle he wasn't asked to or didn't. I don't know. I'd have to look. Fantilli doesn't know what the hell he's doing in from the offensive hash marks in. Fantilli doesn't know what he's doing at all. Marchenko's a beast. Voronkov is not. Sillinger doesn't know what he's doing. Danton Heinen, I'm not sure, but I mean he's not great to begin with. So they've really only got Jenner. Charlie Coyle is okay, but not great. Like they don't have forwards that know what they're doing in the neutral zone and defensive zone. And that's really what the problem is here. So against a Buffalo team who actually does now. The only reason why Buffalo loses this game, I think, is because it's just that final letdown. They come off of that Dallas win, which was a big win. They're going up against a Columbus team that's not a division rival. That's the only reason why I see they lose this game. But they've got like Josh Stone, Benson, McLeod, Norris, I believe, Alex Tuck. They've got so many solid full sheet players on this team that could, just on paper, could eat this Columbus team alive. Yeah, Ass Toast gets himself an NHL contract. Woo! That was awesome. All right, let's go to the next game. I'm taking the team total over now, and I'll take more if Merzlikins is in. Philly, Edmonton. Somebody help me on this because I can't get. I made a lot of money fading Edmonton early in the season, and I don't know what to do with them now, to tell you the honest truth. I really can't figure it out. I'm just going to take the over and say screw it. I'm not taking Edmonton unders anymore. I imagine if you in any way. I mean, Philly at plus 154. I don't blame anybody for taking them. You can get sixes at minus 115. I'm taking the over. I I it, Edmonton could lose an over or win an over. Philly's coming off that loss to Calgary, which was a bad spot for them after the Vancouver game. Don't put too much stock in that. Edmonton struggles against these teams that play the way Philly does. Like, I kind of lean Philly here. Oh, there you go. See, I like the over. I am going to take the over. That's for sure. I'm never taking Oilers under at all. I don't know. I think, you know what? The media is starting to wake up finally that the Oilers' problem is their forward depth and the ability to match up against other players in the neutral zone and stuff like that. They're actually waking up to it now. They're probably watching the show. That's probably it, right? Everybody in the land is watching. So. And it's an afternoon game, and the Oilers suck in afternoon games. Absolutely. I'm not taking the Oilers at minus 185. That is for sure. No doubt about it. And I'm not taking them in regulation. So I would only take Philly here on a side, but they're actually waking up to it now. They're actually saying it now. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. David Staples is a kind of not a friend of mine, but I know him and I've talked to him about it before. He's probably one of the smarter guys there in Edmonton. More. Well, let's put it this way: I shouldn't call him the smartest guy. I should call him. He's the one that agrees with me most. He writes for the Edmonton Journal. And, I brought it up to him a little while ago, and he said, I never really thought about it. I was like, yeah, watch, man. And now they're starting to realize that the real problem in Edmonton is not their goaltending. It's not their defense. It's their forwards that don't have a clue what they're doing in the neutral zone. And that is the same as we just talked about Columbus. Columbus is the same problem. Columbus is like the Oilers of the East. They don't have a clue at all, and they've got a great coach. So it's not coaching. It's not Knobloch. It's capability or willingness. That's what it is. Oh shit! I didn't get the under. Fuck. Why? That had to be like right at a nonsense goal right at the end. Too. It was a nonsense goal right at the end. Otherwise, I had the under. For fuck's sakes. Oh, that pisses me off. Oh, okay. Florida power play. They pulled the goalie with 4-1? Fuck off. Okay, I don't even want to think about that bullshit. What the hell are you pulling your... That's bullshit. To not get that under. That's fucking bullshit. Bullshit. I can't even watch it. So, yeah, I'm going to take a little bit on the Flyers here. Edmonton's terrible first period team. I don't even mind Flyers first period. I don't know. Edmonton may turn it around, like turn it back on again. At any time, but I have to see it first. Actually, the reason why I'm confused is because I was going to be on the Oilers more in this second half because they had an easier schedule. But like usual, they come out of the gates from any break whatsoever shitty. The last time they won in Philly 2-1, I guess a draw wouldn't be a bad idea. There's been 2 draws in this series. I could definitely see that. But after a 5-1 loss to Calgary, and they're going home right after this to play Anaheim. And Edmonton, is there a look ahead? Not really. They got Nashville at home and then Winnipeg and LA. 6-2 loss. Like both teams coming off of bad losses. That's the bad part about this. Like that Boston loss was brutal. I mean, it's possible that Edmonton gets their shit together here and just blows this right out of the water. Usually after they take an L like this, they come out hard. So the over is the best bet here. Grunstrom connecting Zegers, sure. That sounds cool. 7 straight off a loss. Yeah, maybe I won't take Philly. I'm just going to take the over. If Edmonton's going to win, it's going to be an over. Simple as that. Take them team total over or over. There's no such thing as I doubt very much. I mean, I shouldn't say no such thing, but it's not very likely that if the Oilers are going to win, when's the last time they won like a 2-1 game? 3-1 was Boston back on the road. And against Winnipeg. That Winnipeg I could see. And actually they played shitty and didn't deserve to win that game. But generally speaking, if the Oilers win, they're scoring 3 or 4. And it's usually going to be an over. So at 6, I think this is light. I think Philadelphia is also going to play hard. I don't think they're shutting Edmonton down. So over 6 for me. Second period over again. I'll go back to it. It's kind of not been as effective as it was before on second period overs for Edmonton, but they usually are weak starters. They're not very good at day games, like you said. So 9-2-6 at home to the second period over. Philadelphia, this is a second period over all day. 15-4-0 on the road. There's your bet. Second period over, 2 period over. You got to get it at a 2, but you can get it at plus money, or you can ladder it up to 2.5, which is probably what I'll do. As of late, though, 4+ in. They won Calgary 5-1, Vegas 4-1, 6-4, 6-3. All right. When they were on the road there, they were winning games. They were winning games in low-scoring games. When they went on that big, long road trip, the ones that they did win, which they didn't win too many. And that's the reason why they didn't win too many, because they weren't scoring. Like, they won the odd one like that. But lately, when they're rolling, when they're going, they're scoring. They're winning because they're scoring. Seattle go Cale Fleury. Wow, that doesn't happen often. All right, let's go to the next game. Tampa Bay, San Jose, over. Simple as that. I'm taking the over in this game. And I'm not giving San Jose enough credit, and I'll be the first to admit it. I don't see how people can't figure out how to beat this team. It's a pretty easy team to beat. But it's juiced to the 6.5. I'll take it anyways. If you want to buy it down, that's fine. But San Jose is not beating teams. People are just not preparing themselves for the San Jose team. They're just not. They're not taking time to get in the room and see how to beat this team. Still, like, how long do you have to go to realize that San Jose is a good team now, and you can't just like slide in there and beat them? You can't. Look at 4-3, 5-4, 6-3. If they lose 7-2, like, San Jose is just a straight over team. It doesn't matter who they're playing or what they're doing. And Tampa Bay has been over ever since their defense. This is like such a huge over. Both teams to score first period. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tim. Both teams to score first period, over whatever. It's over. It's not very likely. Oh, thanks. So I don't know. That's all. I'm going to give San Jose credit here. Plus 160. I guess you probably take them, but I don't, for the life of me, understand how teams are not doing their homework when they go into San Jose. Still, like, it's fucking ridiculous. They got a lot of talent on this team. If you did your homework, all you got to do is force them to dump and chase on the boards. That's all you got to do. It's very simple. Like, it's not even difficult to. You don't even have to do a lot of video before the game. Like, their teams are not doing anything with. Like, they just. It blows me away. Who's Captain Obvious? Askarov over saves. Yeah, I don't mind, but Tampa's not a big high volume shooting team. Take Askarov over saves. I could see it. Yeah, they're just not doing video on this team. There's no way. If you look at the San Jose team, Celebrini's a beast. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's awesome, but you got William Eklund is an awesome young full sheet player, no doubt about that. Great. Don't worry about his minus 18. That doesn't mean shit. Celebrini is getting better, but he's still learning. And then Wenberg is a solid third C on any team, which isn't bad. And Tivoli is pretty good full sheet. But besides that, I mean, all you got to do is attack these bottom lines. Skinner, Delandria, Pavel Regenda, Goudreau, Ostapchuk, Reeves. I mean, this is horrible. Seriously horrible. And after Orloff and Klingberg, you got nothing for defense right now. Sam Dickinson will be good, but um, Shakir Makamadou and Mario Ferraro, whatever. Like, this team should not be doing as well as it is, and it's just because they're taking them lightly still to this day. I don't understand why. Oh yeah, the Hoosiers. Oh, Paul Body's Nerfic. Yeah, well, that's not all that difficult to do. Celebrini is a beast, and all of that, but one line should not a win make. I mean, they're not. Teams are still not doing their homework before they go into San Jose. They're still treating San Jose like it's an easy game. It blows my mind that you have a league of professionals making millions of dollars that take so long to figure shit out. It's incredible. It's mind blowing. People are still saying, "Oh, it's just San Jose tomorrow." Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. It, you're not going to stop Celebrini. It's like, McDavid or whatever. They're going to get their points. They're that good. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely. But you still got the rest of the team, and you can limit them if you do it right. But they're not. Teams are going in there. I don't think Tampa Bay will do that tomorrow. But I've said this over and over again. I didn't think Minnesota would. I didn't think a lot of teams would. Now, just bet San Jose. Just bet San Jose. Might as well. Till teams figure out, especially these Eastern teams that are going in to San Jose, and for some reason, coaches can't get it through their head. This is a fucking decent team now. I guess it's just a psychological thing that's been ingrained for such a long time. If you go in here and play a tight 1-3-1 against San Jose, they are winning shit. They're winning nothing. But they're not. They're basically just rolling out the puck and going, "Oh my gosh, these guys are good," while they're on the ice. Like, you can't figure it out yet? You haven't figured it out yet. Seriously. Like, look at you haven't even looked at their record. 50% of the Sharks' goals this season. Exactly. You take out Celebrini. I mean, you're not going to take him out, but you can't lose to this team because you thought they were not as good as they were. That is what I can't believe. But in a long season, it's just 1 L. I guess it's still the spot where they're going to put in their backup. I imagine is this going to be Johansson? No, but anyways, it doesn't matter. Just give me the over. And yeah, I mean, bet the Sharks plus 160. I mean, even the books aren't giving them credit still. So exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're not game planning Celebrini like they are. That's a great way of putting it. They're not game planning this team at all. Like, they seriously are going into this game thinking that it's an easy W. Still. This is like almost halfway through the season, and this team's been burning fucking teams over and over and over again. And these guys and teams are still going in light against them. I don't understand it. If I was an owner or something like that, I'd be losing my shit. Especially if you need the win. I get it if you're up in the standings and you're like, we don't want to fight too hard against San Jose. Okay. But if you need the win and you're losing to San Jose because you're not prepared, I'd be losing my fucking mind. I don't get it. I don't get how you can be unprepared for a fucking game like against San Jose. I don't get it. Anyways, give me the over. I gotta give San Jose respect at plus 160 here. This is stupid. And even the books too. Like plus 160, I gotta give them respect. So, Tampa Bay may win it, but maybe Cooper's. I mean, you got a great coach like Cooper. You think that he would? Where's Tampa Bay in the standings right now? Should probably look at that. Like San Jose is like number one wild card. Um, yeah, Tampa Bay. The only thing is they're set pretty good in their standings right now. But all right, I'm gonna go on to the next game. That's enough of my rant about this one. Montreal, St. Louis. Just bet against my St. Louis is one coming off a win. I wonder how many times they've won twice in a row. And it's got to be Binnington. Just take Montreal team total over. It's pretty much easy. Binnington sucks. Let's face it. I don't know what's going on with that guy. He needs to get the Olympics over with. Is like it's all he cares about. Apparently, I don't know. We'll see how he does if he even plays. Probably take Montreal team total over 3. I mean, I like St. Louis today in that spot. But they're not a team that I want to take to win 2 in a row. And they're only plus 110. If there's anything here, it might be a little bit of a fishy line. Oh, okay. I was just going to check that sandwich game. Is it a sandwich game? That makes it difficult. Maybe St. Louis got their mojo going and pulls this one off. But I can't take him with Binnington in. Again, I'm just going to take the over. Maybe St. Louis does win this game. I mean, they've been an over team the last. They're a desperate team. So desperate teams generally don't play well defensively. I will take the draw. They've won 3. They've been draw. I will take the draw, but I'm going to take the over. Montreal's defense is just not good, dude. It's not. Either they lose, they give up 4 generally, or they score 4. Very seldom is it an under for Montreal. Sorry, Montreal has been a straight over team ever since the break. And what happens? See, they're doing the same thing they did last year. Coming off of breaks, they're going to go balls out against every team. So I'm not as much as it's a sandwich game for Montreal because they got one game on they got Dallas right after this. A bit of a look ahead because that's a revenge game. They lost 7-0 to them. But you're going to give me a 6 on this, I'll take the over. Desperate teams don't generally focus on defense. You can get a 6 at a decent price, minus 115. I'm going to play that. First period over and over. $25-14 went to the over, yeah. Yeah, it's an over. You can still find 5.5s. Oh, if you can find a 5.5, straight up, just freaking nail that. I think this would be if I was on the ice guys tomorrow. This might be my best bet. St. Louis is playing desperate. That's why they're over every game now. Sometimes, eventually, coaches like if you're seeing that with a few teams here. Eventually, coaches don't like in Toronto too. You'll see it in Toronto too. They'll realize that you just got to make the playoffs, and in the regular season, you can win just by playing straight energy offense. And I think that's what's happening in St. Louis here, where it's just like, okay, we got to just make the playoffs. So you'll play straight energy offense. In Montreal, why would it be a look ahead? Because, well, they lost 7-0 to Dallas. So it's a bigger team. It's a more important team. It's just Dallas is getting up there to the stage of like you're playing Colorado or you're playing. It's a bigger team than St. Louis. St. Louis is just kind of a mad team. You're going in. It's not as big of a team. But that being said, I don't think Montreal is going to do that here. I don't think Montreal is going to look ahead here. It's the same as they were last year. Coming off of breaks, they're going to try to surprise teams and they're going to out energy them. And it's not going to be as successful as it was last year because now people know, they made the playoffs last year. It was very successful last year because they hadn't made the playoffs in a long time, so people still took them light. But it's a little heavier. Teams are taking them a little more serious now this year, so it's not going to be as easy. But yeah, very good point. Played Carolina, Florida, and Tampa Bay, 2 big games, big teams, and now you're going into like St. Louis. It doesn't matter, and you got Dallas right after that. I wouldn't be surprised if St. Louis wins this game. A plus 110, though, I kind of want a better price than that. I don't know. But I do think it's going to be an over. I don't think it's going to be an under. I got to turn my camera off for a second, guys. This might be one of those. This might be one of those St. Louis first period spots. That would be a good. If you're going to take St. Louis, take him in the first period. John, JD just brought up like a really good point that that's why I like doing this show. You got great guys like JD and Pull Body coming in here. Like I wouldn't be the capper. I wouldn't be as successful money wise as betting it if I didn't have you guys in here. I'll tell you that right now. When I was doing it on my own, I was doing well. But ever since I started doing this show, I've been kicking ass. And it's not me. It's because of guys like you coming in here and saying this shit. I don't know. I think the Blues are that bad of a team. That's the thing, JD. Maybe I'll get there. Maybe I'll get on the Blues here because that is a really good point. They just played Carolina, Florida, and now they're coming into St. Louis. They're definitely coming in satisfied here in this game. JD, Pull Body, all the guys in here. Like Tim, what was I on? Pittsburgh team total over, man. I think it was you that put that up there that time. I wasn't thinking of that. That was great. That was a great pick. Yeah. More I think about it, I'm not playing Montreal. That's right. Let's I'm gonna take Blues first period for sure. I think I'll take Blues first period money line and puck line. I do think that the Blues have a really good chance of winning the first period here. Maybe Montreal wakes up after that, but I like the over for sure. Um, I just, I get there's no doubt a letdown spot here for Montreal. If you remember them from last year, there was no letdown spots after breaks. They just went balls out. And I think that's likely what they're going to do here. But if there is going to be a letdown spot, this would probably be it. But I do like the first period. I like the first period over, both teams to score. I'm going to take Blues money line and puck line first period. And I'm going to take over for the game. I can't take, that's the other thing. It's going to be Binnington in that. I can't take the Blues with Binnington in. That's the reason why the plus 110 is not enough for me because Binnington's in that. Yeah, I just don't think this is a spot where they'll do that. I need more goals in this Anaheim game. All right, let's move on. I keep on forgetting to put the. Oh, no, I didn't. Let's move on to the next game. I'm not worried about props. I'll take a look at props tomorrow. I gotta get back to bed. Colorado, Carolina. Minus 142 for Colorado. I'll take it. So that was a look ahead spot against Montreal, right? And I'll take the over here too. Over 6. I don't think Carolina's gonna be fucking around with it. I don't. This is in Carolina. That's right. That changes things. But I was thinking this was in Colorado. Seriously, minus 142 for Colorado against anybody right now is probably good. Carolina's won the last 2 though, and it's been straight overs. I like the over better than anything here. Straight overs, because Colorado's going to set the pace against Carolina for sure. Colorado's been playing to the over. 1-9 straight. What do they got? Oh, they got Florida after this, and then Tampa Bay. They're doing that one, are they? Slight look ahead here for Colorado. But the champion's coming up afterwards. Maybe not even a slight look ahead. But I can't take Carolina in their current form. They've only won 5. Without Jarvis and Slavin, this is not the same team. And they want to, I mean, they're going to want to play better defensively, but good luck against Colorado. Oh, maybe it is an under. But I don't think it's an under. I think it's over. Yeah, I mean, I can't take Carolina here. Colorado team total over is probably good. I'll throw that on too. I think Carolina is they have no choice but to just try to control, and I don't know what they're going to do against Colorado here. The best I think they could come up with is a draw here, maybe. Colorado over 3 at minus 140. I'll take that. I'll split it between the 3 and the 3.5. Yeah, it'll be Bussy, but I mean, it's not really Bussy. Bussy's a great goaltender, but it's the defense for Carolina is just not there. And I knew Jarvis was going to be difficult for them not having him, but I didn't really like that. Jarvis is a beast. The fact that he didn't make Team Canada, I don't know who do you take and who do you take off? I don't know, man. I would have found a way to get Jarvis on that team, which to me it's ridiculous that he's not on that team. The guy's Selke level defensively, and it shows when he's not there on that team. His injury does keep him out, I guess. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be that long. I guess if somebody gets injured, he'll be on the team. That's the thing with like just because you weren't named to the team, like there's going to be guys that aren't going to be able to make it. They are going to get injured, and he'll be on the team. But I think he has to be on that team. He's so underrated. He's been underrated for a long time now. Like he's as good as Stone is defensively and better offensively now. I love Stone, but honestly, I lean to Jarvis over Stone as far as what he does on the ice right now in their careers. Stone before, maybe not, but now I would lean to Jarvis. But yeah, he'll hopefully. I don't know how long he's going to be. How long is he going to be out for, JD? Because I mean, they're just not. They're not the same team without Jarvis. They're just not right. Even without Slavin, they survived, but without Jarvis, this team is not good anymore. They Andrei Svechnikov isn't what he used to be. They got now all of a sudden they got a whole bunch of guys on that team that are not good defensively. So I think minus 142 for Colorado is a great price. I'm taking it. I think that I don't agree with you there. Bennett's better than Cirelli. I mean, he's better big game, I guess. I suppose, if you want to look at it that way. It's a big game player, but Cirelli's a better overall player on the ice than Bennett is. Bennett just comes up with those in the big games, though. That's the thing. He's one of those guys. Oh, yeah? I mean, I imagine they're going to play hard here, but I'm going to take the over team total over an Avalanche on now. Take Drury to get a goal. Drury back to his old team, but you can't really trust him to score too much. Take McKinnon over shots. He'll probably go over to shots in this game. All right, let's go on to the next game. Starting to fade here, but Washington, Chicago. I mean, plus 240 for Chicago here. Holy shit. Chicago's on a bit of a roll. Kind of got their shit together. Another over. Lots of overs I'm playing right now. I'm getting a little concerned. But that's what Chicago's been doing. Like I said, when you get desperate and you got nothing, like when you have players out that normally would be in that, and you feel like you can't score, generally what you do is you try to score. You focus on scoring. And Washington has been what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. The last 5 games, 7-3, 4-3. Lost 5-3 to Florida, 6-3 win against the Rangers, and 4-3 to Ottawa. This is it's another, like, this is kind of a team that's kind of going to the over, getting desperate too. They went through like a 3-game losing streak, and they had like 1 win in before the break. And where are they in the standings? They're getting uncomfortable in the standings too, right? Yeah, they're just like, they're in a wild card position. It's not a place where they want to be right now. And they got Pittsburgh and Florida tailing their ass, and the Rangers coming up on them. This is not where they want to be right now. And I just don't see them playing under hockey. Yeah, that's the thing. It's day games too. Yeah, it's true too. Carolina may not get the goals here. Minnesota scores another one. I think you're going to start seeing goals go in like crazy here in this game. Anaheim's going to start opening up now. It's 2-0. You're off. I think that was Ian's bargain bin today, was it not? You're off. Ah, reach around with a goal. Sweet. You know what? I didn't realize we were still on day games. Fuck. I didn't realize we were still on day games in all of these games. I don't like taking overs in day games either. Shit. Edmonton Philly was a day game. Buffalo Columbus is a day game. It's 4 p.m. though. It's like barely a day game for a lot of these games. But Colorado, Carolina is not. And I like it over in that no matter what. And Chicago, Washington, I like the over too. Well, I leaned Seattle, but I didn't bet it because of the back-to-back record. Scared me off. Looks like they're going to win it. Oh my God. Canucks only have 13 shots, too. Chandler Stevenson. Now we got to start giving this freaking Seattle team a little more respect. What a well coached team this is. I keep on saying they're a bad team, but here they are sitting in a playoff spot today, and they'll probably win this game. Anybody think that Chicago can do it on the road against Washington? I mean, at that price, I really only take them right now. But I think it's going to be an over game, in which case Washington will probably win. I just don't know if they're going to win going away. Oh, you can get 5.5s on this game? Absolutely. Give me that. I don't even care who the goaltenders are, to tell you the honest truth. I think there'll be goals in that game. Yeah, they are facing an AHL team tonight. That is a good point. Minus 298. I guess you got to go with that Blackhawks first goal, first period, and I'll take the over in the game. Coming off that Dallas win, they might be coming in pretty satisfied here too. This could, like, it wouldn't surprise me if Washington blows this shit right out. Would not surprise me at all. Spencer Knight's come down to earth as of late, but played well the last game. Spencer Knight over saves, maybe. Might be a good look. I could see Spencer Knight having a great game here. Thompson hasn't been himself. And I just think Washington's playing the type of game that is like they just want to get in a better playoff position before the Olympic break right now. And if that being the case, it's not really. It's just generally teams that are in that position where they're getting a little desperate to make sure they're in a spot. They're just going to go out and score. They're going to outscore the opposition. Playing defense in the regular season is more putting yourself in a position to be a good defensive player team in the playoffs. So, like, you're doing it on a regular basis all the time, and you're playing it all the time. So when playoffs come, you're not just trying to turn it on. But to win in the regular season, you got to score. And if you have a team like they do, you have guys that can score. Protus for a goal. I think Washington's fully comfortable that they can outscore Chicago. So I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I like Washington first period puck line here. And I like the over 1.5 first period and over for the game. Yeah, I don't mind the Chicago first period play, but I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna come in. Excuse me. They could come in a little satisfied here after that Dallas game. What do they got after this? Oh, this is also an island game for them too. Really? They're going to Washington and then coming straight back home again? Oh yeah, this is definitely a Washington spot. Washington just has Anaheim and Dallas, and they're coming off a loss, right? Yeah. I hate to say it. I think Washington spanks the shit out of them here. It's just I can't. What's the price? Puck line's minus 115. I don't really like doing that, but I think Washington really does beat the shit out of Chicago. Yeah, I mean, they aren't good enough to feel satisfied, I suppose, but they could be good. They could be like you're talking about going. You just beat your team in your own division. Now you're going against a Washington team. It's like, all right, if we lose this game, we're still good. You know, it's sort of like that. I don't think they're going to be playing. It's hard. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's not what they consciously think, but subconsciously coming off of that win and then going on an island game to Washington in the Eastern Division, and then coming back home again. totally feels like a spot that if they lost it, they're not going to feel like crushed or anything. Oh, is Bedard coming? Has Bedard's estimated return? Really? Bedard could be coming back tomorrow. Really? Even if he does, though, I don't think. And if he does, I just like the over more, anyways. But somehow I'm going to take Washington here. I may take Washington like 2 goals second period, like I did with Edmonton against Boston, but I didn't get it. If Bedard is in, then I mean, again, that's that the big guys back lose the game thing. I'd really like to know what the actual numbers on that are, but it's a thing. I know that for sure. Am I missing a game here somewhere? Utah, Detroit. Nashville, Calgary. The Ducks scored? Yeah. How come I'm not showing it? Oh, there it is. How did he score that? Is that Seneca? Yeah. Seneca's back on back on it again. Yeah. All right, next game. 2 o'clock. Nashville, Calgary. None of these are two teams tough to cap. It feels like Nashville's starting to regress again. And it's 5.5. Why do I want to play overs every game here? I really just like everything seems like an over to me. Should be Saros against Wolf. I think it's mostly because I don't know. You got a lot of desperate teams right now. Nashville has won the last 3. Oh, the Wild scored again. I said there was going to be goals after that. Trennan. Oh, yeah. I think this is probably going to get over the total again. Calgary's coming off of 3 wins after the break. They beat Philadelphia 5-1, Boston 2-1, Edmonton. Nashville just lost to Seattle. Yeah, was it? Yeah, it wasn't a very good spot. This is 3 games in 4 nights. Not a good spot for 3 games in 4 nights with 1 break. Seattle fly to Calgary. Who they have? Do they have Edmonton right after this too? They do. A couple days in Calgary and then off to Edmonton. And what does Calgary have after this? It's got Seattle at home. Why does everything seem like an over to me? Like over 5.5. It just Calgary's been scored 5 against Philly. I mean, that had scored like crazy. Before, like the Edmonton game, they haven't. I don't think Nashville's lost 2 in a row in a long time, too. But 3 games in 4 nights. This could be, maybe that's why. This could be I don't have COVID, but yeah, I don't know. It's just everything seems like an over to me here right now. Yeah. I can only play the Flames here. Nashville's been playing 3 games in 4 nights. Oh, but it just feels like an over to me. Sometimes I just gut like this just seems like an over. Again, I think you have 2 desperate teams. There's a lot of desperate teams. I just think you're going to see a lot of overs right now. There's so many teams that are just right in that mix of making the playoffs or not. I mean, Calgary's not in the mix, but if they have any chance at all to make it, they're going to have to hope they can score. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It just seems like when teams are in positions like Calgary is, eventually you got to score. Either you're down 1 or down 2 and you got to open up, or you got to score early. And then the only way it goes under generally is if you score early and then you hold on to the end. Like you get a lot. I at this time of year, I see a lot more unders when you have teams that are comfortable in spots, or one team that's comfortable in a spot and the other team is not. But when you have 2 teams that are not comfortable in their spot, and Nashville and Calgary are out of a spot right now, I just don't. I could see the draw. I mean, I'll play a draw here. But they generally just try to score. That's what you do. I mean, It's like a psychological thing. You know that the only way you're going to make the playoffs is if you score. And that's the other thing. It's a Saturday night game. Yeah. Time to play the draw. Oh, cool. I will do that. What is a oh, that might get to an over. That's going to go over too. That Kraken game. See what I'm saying about overs? Look at all the games are over. Over. You got a lot of desperate teams right now. They won't. Wow. I'm taking the over in this game. And I'm not going to talk myself out of it. I'm going to take over in the draw. So if it is an under, I think it's going to be tight. If it is an under, it's probably going to be like 2-1, something like that. You know, it's probably not going to be 4-0 Calgary. I doubt very much. It's probably going to be a tight game. Nashville's going to play tight. So, you know, put a little bit on the draw, and both teams will be happy with the draw. If it's an over, it's probably because of one team is going to outscore the other, like by quite a bit, like 4-2, 5-2, something like that. One thing I was going to look at here is they have Edmonton. When's the last time Nashville played? Oh, this is 6 games. Yeah, this is a Calgary spot. I mean, I can only play Calgary here. 4 games in 6 nights. They played Ahonen against. Okay, so it's going to be Saros. It's going to be Wolf. So Saros over saves is probably good, even though I think it's going to be an over. Calgary's going to shoot. Calgary shoots like a son of a bitch. Saros over saves is probably a really good look. It's probably going to be about 25.5. I don't. Both of these teams shoot a ton, and that's the other reason why I like the over here. It's just both of these teams shoot. So they both will probably get 30 plus shots. I would take both teams. Weird that I would take both teams. I'd take the over, and I would take both teams' goaltender saves over at the same time. That only is like 7-5. I think this is more like a 4-2 game, one way or the other. Yeah, okay. 6-1 is a home dog. But even if it is 2 for Nashville, I still think it's 4 for Calgary. So I still think it's 4 for Calgary. Maybe the play here is the team total over 3 for Calgary. If you look at 6-1 as a home dog, they're not a home dog though. Flames are a favorite here, right? Did you mean to say home favorite? JD, did you mean to say home favorite? Home fave. Okay. Maybe it's team total over 3. That's a safe bet, and you probably get that at a pretty good price. Yeah, you can get that at a good price. You can get that at like plus 100. I'm going to take that. Team total over 3 for Calgary. because I do see goals here. And the way with you giving me those stats, the goals are probably coming from Calgary. I think this is like 4-2 Calgary. That's what I think. I just don't know if I trust them. I'm going to take the Flames too. Flames money line, team total over 3, draw and over 5.5. And Flames are a great first period team. That might even be the better play. I had that Flames puck line the last time they played. First period puck line, and it hit. When I was on the ice, guys, I mentioned that. I almost made that my best bet. I wish I would have. Because I had 2. I took Columbus, and I took that no goals in the first 5 minutes and under 6.5 in the Detroit game. But I just don't see this being an under. I don't see this being a 2-1 game. Is Calgary's going to play down in Nashville's pace if they're tired in this game? I don't think so. As 4 games and 6 nights on the road is tough for Nashville. So maybe really what I'm talking myself into is Calgary money line is the best bet here. The Grand Slam, yeah. Maybe really what I'm talking myself into is, and that's the hard thing to do, but Calgary is probably the right bet here. It's a tough spot for Nashville. We got Edmonton not right after this, not the next day, but they're going to get a break after this. Yeah, I just don't want it to let Nashville team total under 2.5 in Flames MLS. I just get the feeling that if the Flames feel like they got a team they can score against, they're going to score against them. The 2-1 game was in Boston in overtime, and if you watch that game, probably should have been over. It was really good goaltending. They did score 3 against Edmonton, the loss, and then it was like 6 and 4 against Seattle. I just find that when they have an opportunity to score, they take it. And they'll just keep on going. Like they want to feel like they can score. And this might be the perfect game for them to do it. But, all right, let's go to the next game. What do we got? Winnipeg, Ottawa. I'm not taking Winnipeg to do shit. Sorry, just not. Not gonna do it. And on the road yet? It's a Senators team that just had a big comeback win. Minus 142. I don't even mind that. I don't even mind the minus 142. I don't know how long it's going to take for teams to realize that the Jets suck, but this should be about minus 150. Minus 160 even. Minus 160 wouldn't be a bad look, a bad thing. Like this Jets team just blows. It blows. It's bad. It's a bad team. It's a bottom 7 team. You get minus 142 against a bottom 7 team. As long as they keep on overvaluing the Jets, I'm going to bet against them. You can get minus 135. Jesus Christ. Minus 135. Give me that shit. Holy crap, yeah. Ottawa, it's a bit of a revenge spot because Ottawa beat them in Winnipeg. But, I mean, everybody beat them. Everybody's beat the Jets. So every game is a revenge spot for the Jets if they played a team before. They actually got their goal scoring going against Toronto, but they lost. That was a Toronto comeback from 4-1, right? And I don't like to take teams after they let a team in like that. After that, Ottawa broke their 3-game losing streak with the comeback win against Washington. I like to bet teams coming off of a comeback win, and I like to fade teams coming off of a loss where they, especially if it was like 4-1, if they were up 3 or more and they let the team back again, almost always they suck the next game. Like, this to me is an easy Ottawa spot. Is this in Winnipeg? No. This isn't in Winnipeg, is it? No, this is at Ottawa. 3 games in 4 nights for the Senators too, or for the Jets. The only thing I don't like about this game. Oh wait, maybe I. No, Ottawa's home again. They got Detroit after this. This is one I don't like the over in. The game is in Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa minus 142. I'll just take them. I also kind of like Ottawa first period too. I know the conventional wisdom is after a loss like that, the Winnipeg will come out strong, and I imagine they will. But Ottawa's the better home. Ottawa's what's Winnipeg? Actually, Winnipeg is 7-3-0 first periods. Maybe I'll let that go. But I mean, they played a lot of hockey and they played a lot of tough hockey and losing hockey. But yeah, that's the one thing is Maryland, right? I mean, he is 5-2 at home, man. Hellebuck could win this game. He's coming off that selection in the Olympic committee, but he already knew he was going to make the Olympics. Like, it's not like it was some sort of surprise to him or something. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Ottawa. I could see the team total over too. Over 1.5 goals combined, or Ottawa scoring over 1.5 goals. I don't mind that, actually. I could see Winnipeg coming out hard in the first and not much scoring in the first. I like that second period over. That's a good one. Let's see here. So Winnipeg's the type of team, if they come out hard, it doesn't usually translate into goals. It translates into the other team not scoring right now. So Winnipeg are a freaking road over, though, over first period over team. Huh? Ottawa is about average. Let me get that 2P up. Could see a draw here, too. Maybe I'll take Ottawa -1. Cover my ass in case it is a draw. Oh, that's weird. Again, you gave me a stat that there's 6 Ottawa on 10-game streak over 1.5 second period. That's funny because last 10 I got 6-10 in. Oh no, that's not last 10. 4-4-2 last 10. And what did you say it was? Okay, so that's over 1.5. So this is probably what I'm looking at is probably based on the 2. So it'd be like that would be like over 1.5. I think this is an under game. I'm not. If it wasn't for Maryline in that, I'd consider the Jets team total under. But as it stands, I think I'm just going to take Sens ML. Sens money line -135 and move on. I don't mind the draw. I never mind the draw when you got 2 teams from different conferences and stuff like that. The Jets are going to play as hard as they can here. They haven't won on this road trip at all. They haven't won in a long time, though. They got a couple draws in there, but they haven't won shit. I think Ottawa probably rails them, to tell you the honest truth. I don't even mind in regulation. I just think the Jets are a bad team, and they're getting priced like they're better than they are. So you might as well just keep rolling, fading them. I've been making a ton of money fading the Jets, so I'm just going to keep on doing it. Yeah, I know. How is this price even this? -135 for a team that's lost 13 of the last 15? This should be -160. Money the value is on Ottawa here. All right, let's go to the next game. The Leafs versus the Islanders. Are they finally going to put the backup in? They got to have a backup in eventually. Or is there any chance that Sorokin's coming back? Oh, Sorokin's in. Sorokin was activated. Oh, they're gonna put Rittich back in again. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. No, this is ridiculous. I'm taking Toronto here. I like it's not even the fact that he's a backup, it's the fact that he's a goalie in the NHL. It's just the Hogberg is that bad. I'm taking Toronto. It's pure simple. I'm not taking the Islanders at this price. I'll take the plus money with the Leafs. Looking like they're playing a lot better. I'll take the Leafs team total over. You can't be playing a goaltender this much. There's no way. Yeah, I trust Wall to bounce back here. He's been activated, but he's not going to be in tonight. I just think it's too much for Rittich here. I can't take the Islanders with a guy playing 7 games, 7 days straight. He's not the Melka. That was it. People had, we didn't talk enough about how impressive that was that Melka did what he did when he went all that games in a row. But worse than that, it was there was also a back to back. The Leafs have won the last two. Haven't played them since last year. After that 2-7 loss, I imagine the Islanders are gonna. I definitely lean the under here. It's probably a 5.5. So yeah, it's. Yeah, you might be able to get a 6 by morning. Look at that. I'm not taking it over. Veggie. Oh yeah. Oh really? He trains like a mother. Oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. They played him like how many games in a row? It's crazy. Horvat's out too. Yeah, yeah. Give me the Leafs. Give me the Leafs at plus money. I'm not going to get too. Got to keep it. I've been keeping it simple more lately. Not getting too crazy, and it's actually been better for me. Just taking straight lines. I mean, I don't mind the draw. I didn't even see if this. I didn't even check scheduling spot here. The Islanders haven't played it. Both have a day off after this. The Islanders play New Jersey next, which is a bigger game for them, so somewhat of a look ahead. Toronto plays Florida next. That would be the only thing. But they're in a desperate spot. They need to continue winning here. And I had a theory that, and I hope I'm wrong because I've got Toronto. I bet Toronto to miss the playoffs this year, plus 350. But I have a theory that Berube was doing the old tear him down to build him up military trick. That he's an old school guy. And I have a feeling when you hear guys like Nylander say, I've never felt this way before, meaning that he's totally lacked confidence. My gut says that Berube's been tearing the shit down on this team. He's been just beating him up, playing like just pounding defense down there and not giving them any, like just basically telling them what they're shitty at over and over and over and over again all year, especially guys like Nylander who come in like with this air of confidence every game. And he's basically been saying, why do you guys come in here thinking you're good? You haven't did fuck all. You just lost. We just lost Marner because we couldn't do shit in the playoffs. Yeah, as well as I do, we're a better team with him in the lineup. And there's the team total over there for Minnesota. And he's just been beating them down. I think now he's building them up. I think that's what he's going to do. And that sucks because I think Toronto will probably go on a run here, honestly. So I'm going to take Toronto here. I'm probably look at maybe the team total over as well. I think they're going to play hard here. And I just think the Islanders are I keep on saying the Islanders are going to go into regression, but I really do like Patrick Waugh as a coach. I'm one of the few people that have been on his bandwagon the whole time. I've always liked him. I think he's a good coach. But I think he's a good coach with a pretty mid team. And without Horvat in the lineup, there's not much here. It's not just Horvat. Who else is it? Oh, Declare. Declare's going to get scratched. Which isn't a surprise. Palmieri, they got a lot of guys that are not used to playing this kind of minutes. Don't want to get too crazy on it, but Matthew Schaefer is starting to regress a little bit, which I kind of figured he would. Not because he's a bad player. It's just 18-year-old playing in the league like this. Defensively, anyways. Yeah, give me Toronto. 8-2, last 10 for the gift. Might as well bet that then. Thanks, Terry. That kind of trend, it's worth a bet. All right, next game. You got 2 more games left. The Wild versus the Kings on a back-to-back. I don't care if it's back-to-back. Take the Wild. I'm not taking the Kings. Minus 135 on the Kings. This is going to be short and sweet. I'm not going to go in too far into it. I'm taking the Wild, and that's it. Yeah, he has been sheltered. A lot of people don't like. Yeah, you're right, JD. He's been sheltered all along here. Probably shouldn't be on this Olympic team. Probably should. Great kid, going to be amazing, no doubt about it. But he has been sheltered, and first of 2 games. Yeah, I can't take LA. I could see LA winning this game, I suppose. I mean, let's put it this way. If there's a game that LA should win, this is it. They should beat Minnesota here. If there's ever a time that you beat Minnesota, it's here. But the same could have been said for Tampa Bay. And you can't even look back and say, oh, they let one go against Tampa, so they're going to come out hard here or anything like that. You can't say anything like that with this team. Exactly. I'm not taking LA for fun. Minus 135? No, not a chance. Plus 140, maybe. Yeah. This team is bad. It's fucking bad. Yeah. Isn't that a wild line? Yeah, but LA's been getting overvalued forever, and Minnesota's been getting under. Listen to Terry Edelman. Minnesota's been getting undervalued. Who's been the best bet out there right now? Just bet the Wild, bet the Wild, bet the Wild, bet the Wild. The only time I didn't bet the Wild was against Colorado, and that was just because it was a terrible spot, and Colorado's winning the Cup this year, and everybody knows it, like I said. If you haven't got Colorado to win the Cup yet, if you haven't bet it, I don't care what the price is. Colorado's winning the Cup this year. There's no doubt about it. Simple as that. Just I'm as confident as that as I was Florida the last 2 years. Colorado's winning the Cup. Not even Florida is going to beat Colorado this year. That team is set up perfect to win the Cup this year. Everybody else, there's so many teams waiting for next year for the salary cap to go up and add and stuff like that. Even Florida, I mean, it'll probably end up being Florida and Colorado, but I think Florida's been there so many times now, they're going to probably burn out in the third. I love Florida, but I think Colorado wins a Cup. One shot on goal in the second period in Tampa. Wow. His fucking coach is absolutely absurd. And we already mentioned it. Dano leaving there is a good example of that. Got a brilliant hockey mind in Dano. He's a very smart hockey player. And he knows defense. He knows how a team's supposed to play. And I remember back in it was a couple of years ago. I heard Dano several times say he loved LA. He loved being in LA. I think it was his last contract. And now all of a sudden he doesn't want to be in LA anymore. Yeah, that's why. No, I don't think Edmonton has a shot. No. I didn't think Edmonton had a shot last year. And the fact that I bet Edmonton shouldn't have beat LA last year. No way in hell. It's only because of bad goaltending. LA doesn't have a bad team. They have a bad coach, a horrible coach. They shouldn't have beat LA. They should have been out in the first round last year. The only reason why I took them against Vegas and I took them against Dallas. The reason why I took them against Vegas is because when they didn't get a defenseman to help them out because Peter Angelo was going to be out, they took the steam out of them. And they felt that I didn't know what it was at the time, but I'm looking at it later. Peter Angelo was on his last legs, and they needed more than Smith or whatever that they picked up, and they knew it. They needed a defenseman if they were going to win the cup because Peter Angelo was on his last legs. He was hanging by a thread. And when they didn't get anybody to replace him, it was basically the team saying that they didn't believe they were good enough, and they obviously believed it, and they don't feel like they're good enough. So I thought Edmonton could beat them there because I almost took Minnesota to beat Vegas in the first round last year. So when they played against Edmonton, I just felt like, basically, if you're going to bet Edmonton, you're going to bet that McDavid and Draisaitl can beat a team. And they can beat a team. But you're not winning a cup that way in this league today. Yeah. Hyman and Hopkins for sure. Absolutely very good. But it depends on who they add. If Edmonton adds like an Alex Tuck, I thought maybe they would go after Shiberkov, but they didn't. Maybe they did go after him, but they didn't get him. But if they add an Alex Tuck, or if they add something to this depth, like last year, they got so fortunate that guys like Podkolzin and like Carlson came in and potted a couple. Where's Carlson now? Like their depth scoring just had a high shooting percentage, and they were pretty fortunate to make it. Then when they got to Dallas, Ben, Duchesne, and Seguin are done by the third round every time. So that kills Dallas's depth. And if a team doesn't have depth, they're not going to beat Edmonton because their top line will kill you every time. So yeah, I took Edmonton. But by the time they got to Florida, no way. I couldn't believe how many people were on Edmonton to beat Florida. There's no freaking way that team's beat Florida. And this year, if this team stays the way it is right now, and they happen to make the finals, yeah, Darnell Nurse is not as bad of a defenseman as people think he is. He's not a bad defenseman. But their defensemen have a very tough job in Edmonton because if McDavid and Draisaitl, or actually even if Draisaitl, if that top line is not on the ice, and you've got like Podkolzin, Savoy, who may figure it out but hasn't yet. Where the hell's Edmonton? Nurses is like an okay, like average number one, terrible. If you have Frolic, who, yeah, he's scoring a lot right now, which is great. I mean, but if he's not scoring, he's not doing shit. But if you have Mangiapane, Roslovic, Frederick, Henri, Janmark, Savoy, all of these guys on the ice, and they have to do something in the neutral zone, they're fucked. How do you have nobody to pass to? More often than not, Bouchard is maybe the best first pass defenseman in the league. Maybe. But if he doesn't have anybody to pass to, which is quite often the case, he gets flustered because he's not a guy that usually skates the puck out. He's not like a Makar or Hughes where they'll skate the puck out. But if you give him an opportunity for a first pass, he will, like, if you got guys in, like, if you put him in Vegas or Florida or something, if you put him in Florida, my God, he would be a god. He not only would be on the Olympic team, and nobody would even think twice about it. If you didn't put him on the Olympic team, people would lose their minds if he was in Florida. Like, the Florida forwards make Jones look good. Jones is on the Olympic team. If Jones was in Chicago still, he would not be in the Olympic team. Not a chance. He didn't become better going to Florida. The forwards in Florida make him look better. I mean, he wasn't bad in Chicago either. He's a good defenseman, no doubt about that. People said when he was in Chicago he was a bad defenseman. No, he wasn't. He was a above average number one defenseman. He's an above average number one defenseman in Florida. He didn't get better going to Florida. He's the same as he always was. But he's not Olympic material. Not a chance. Put him in Florida, he is though. I just blows my mind that people can do this, that they see, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how you don't see just the whole landscape of what a team is and how it makes a team. Yeah, I know he did. I've had my arguments with Alex about Jones in Chicago. I love Alex. I love him to death, but I mean, you got to take into account what a defenseman is dealing with. You put a different defenseman there, that is the type of player that Jones is. He's not going to do any better. Not too many are going to do any better unless you're absolutely elite, like Hughes or Makar or something like that. But if you're an above average defenseman and you're passing to a bunch of kids who don't know what the fuck they're doing, like, you're going to look shitty a lot. And what player has the puck on his stick more than the number one right D, number one defenseman, offensive defenseman? So if you're playing 30 some minutes a night and the puck is on your stick 20 minutes a night, you're going to look bad if you're playing with a bunch of kids that don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I had this argument with Alex, and then I said, watch, he's going to go to Florida and you're going to say, oh, I wish he was like that in Chicago. Sure shit. Yeah. He's no worse or no better than in Florida than he was in Chicago. He's the exact same defenseman with different situation. Florida has the best full sheet forwards in the league, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Colorado is pretty close, but Florida, they play a full sheet, man. Everybody knows their spots. Everybody's in the neutral zone at the right time. Defensemen look good there. Ekblad, people think Ekblad's elite. Ekblad is nowhere near elite. He's like below average off forward. He's not much better than Nurse, if better at all. If you put Nurse in Florida, everybody would be like, oh, Nurse is so good. Yeah, I mean, Seth Jones makes $5.4 million because he spent his life there. He gets tax free, and he took a. You got to remember, Nurse. They had to pay Nurse $9.25 to keep him in Edmonton. Nobody wants to be in Edmonton, po buddy. Nobody. I don't care if McDavid is there or not. You have to overpay to keep people in Edmonton. Like, these people have to go home to their wives and say, look, I know you don't really want to be in Edmonton, but if I go somewhere else, I'm going to get 7 and I'm getting 9.25 here. So I'm getting an extra 2.2 and a quarter or $1.5 million. And, Edmonton, it's a safe city. It's not the sexiest city in the world, and it's cold, and I know all that. But for our family and our future, we should probably stay here. That's how that conversation goes in Edmonton. Sad to say, but it's true. An average number one defenseman is going to make $1.5 million more in Edmonton. You got higher taxes, everything. He's saying Ekblad. For sure, at 5.4, I'll take Ekblad over Nurse. No doubt about it. Absolutely. But Ekblad ain't making 5.4 in Edmonton. Ekblad's making 8.5 to 9 at least in Edmonton. He's making 5.4 in Florida. Absolutely, yeah. Sure, you can get away with that. But he's not making that in Edmonton. The guy that will never get traded in Edmonton is Nugent Hopkins. He's taken less to stay in Edmonton over and over and over again. You will never see him traded. No way. That guy's Mr. Edmonton. He's one of the few players that have taken less to stay there. Guys, all these people giving shit to Bouchard and Nurse, but nobody gives anything to the forward. Finally, now it's starting to in the media. They're starting to highlight the forward depth that is the problem there. After years, like it's just mind blowing that you can get paid a significant amount of money and not see this. I don't get it. Your average fan, I get. You only see Bouchard coughing up the puck. The average fan doesn't look at neutral zone positioning, 1-3-1s, playing positioning all over the ice. The average fan doesn't see that. They only see gaffes that happen when they happen. That's all they see. I don't that's fine. But when you're getting paid a lot of money to know about hockey and you are saying the same thing as an average fan, that fucking drives me crazy. Yeah, Nuge is awesome. Nuge should be a god in Edmonton. So where were we? Where after all of this, what did we take? Leafs money line and gift. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. I thought it was going to take it easy. It's 3-3. I got the draw. Wow, I got to do this not paying attention to hockey thing all the time. Five to 1. This is the last game now we got. Boston, Vancouver. I'm taking Boston. And I'm going to keep on rolling with the over here. Over 5.5. Did I miss any games, anybody? I think he makes 9.5, but it's only 7 on Florida's cap. He was retained. And that was the big reason why people. I think he makes 9.5, but 2.5 million is retained by Chicago. I think that's a big reason why Alex, more than anything, was because of the amount of money he made. He was overpaid. He's not an elite player. So I think that more than anything. But I mean, he wasn't a bad defenseman. He was just an above average defenseman, just like above average number 1, just like Nurse. Same thing. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep on taking Canucks overs. They don't have much for they don't have forwards that can play D. And I think Boston's kind of in that position again. Like I said before, they just beat Edmonton 6-2, and they're in like they just got to keep on winning. So I don't think they're going out to shut anybody down. They're just going to see if they can outscore and win. So give me the over 5.5. Minus 130 or 35. And I think Boston keeps it going here. Swayman's playing better. Should be Lankinen in it. It's a back-to-back. What's the price on Boston? Minus 115? I'll take it. I don't mind that. Minus 115. This Vancouver team is just not very good. I haven't even looked at series history or anything. I'm just taking a look at. I haven't taken a look at anything, really. They've had 2 days off, hanging out in Vancouver. I mean, not much to do in Vancouver right now. So they got some practice in after that game. I don't know what Vancouver's back-to-backs our record is, but two teams needing wins right now. Boston plays Seattle after this. So fourth game of a road trip. Is it fourth or third? Five one. Last time, it's a revenge spot. It's kind of a revenge spot for Boston. Vancouver beat them in their barn. Played Buffalo, played Calgary, won in Edmonton. That was a first win of after a long losing streak too. I don't I don't know, but I just like the over in the game. Well, I'll take Swayman over Lankinen all day. I'll tell you that. I think Boston. I think they both line up pretty same. Oh, there's the over. Did well on this. I have Minnesota money line, team total over for Minnesota, and the over in the game, and I just got it. DeBrusque, Pedersen, Carlson, Kane. Yeah, I mean the lineups are basically similar to each other. I don't mind the draw, I suppose, but I think Boston is desperate and Vancouver's on a back to back. I don't mind this minus 115. Yeah. Canucks combined goals on the second half of back-to-back. Canucks, just the Canucks? Oh, okay, yeah, so there you go. I guess that's why I like the over. Yeah, it might be my favorite over on the card, actually. 5.5, -130. I don't think anybody's playing with defense in this game. Boston's defense hasn't been great. Uh, so over 5.5 is my play. All right, it's time to clip this shit so I can get to bed. It's already 3 o'clock in the morning. It's amazing how I can make this. I said, oh, I'm going to do a short whatever, but it never happens. Hymes body lube, it's the best. There, I said it. Going to get all Hymes up, get my nap cream on, and get going on that here right away. Valentine's Day is coming, of course. Make sure you're all purchasing your Hymes flower packages with the Hymes tube lubes that are all arranged in there. They're really nice. And of course, at Valentine's, your significant other always would want a pearl necklace. So get yourself go down to the Costco or the Myers or the TJ Maxx, or in Canada, what do we got there? Winners. Canada, you got Winners. You can go get your pearls of wisdom necklace there, pearl necklace at the Winners. Just ask them where their pearl necklace section is. Of course, Walmart. Just want to go right to a regular Walmart, you can find it there. Anywhere where pearl necklaces are sold, you can get you can get them. So, and when you do that, when you go ask about that, please send them. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Again, of course, comment in the comment section. I'm still in. Oh, they pulled their goaltender too. Wow. I'm still going to be getting major naps right now to make sure I stayed away from the COVID. So I'll have plenty of time to read your comments in the comment section. Tell me what your picks are and all that kind of stuff like that. But let's get into clipping real so I can. Actually, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell people when this is clipped. No, I'm not. I have to clip it. All right, let's start. We got to go way back to the first game. Where did I do that? Pittsburgh, Detroit. I got to find this. Detroit and Pittsburgh. Okay. My favorite play in Pittsburgh, Detroit is second period over. I do like the over for the game as well. I'm not taking anything Pittsburgh right now on an under. I lean to a team total under for Detroit, depending on who the goaltending is. I don't even know especially if it happens to be Sheloff's. I would definitely take the team total over. Sabres versus Blue Jackets. I'm taking Sabres team total over 3, and a little bit on the 3.5, and another second period over for this game. Probably leaning to the full game over, especially if Merzlikins is it. I'm taking the 3 now, and I'm putting more on it if Merzlikins is in. And I'm going to take the Sabres. I'm just going to keep on rolling with them. Philly, Edmonton, another over. I've been just everything feels over to me here. Over 6 and second period over again. Edmonton still is a huge second period over team, so I think that will continue here with Philadelphia. Philadelphia is about average, but I lean the plus money on Philly here. Oilers coming off a break. It takes a while for them to get going. It's not the great. I just don't trust Edmonton at all this year, and I've been making more money fading them than I have been taking them. So they could win this. They could win this. It's not going to be my biggest bet, but the over will be my biggest bet. The Lightning Sharks over again. And these are day games, so you've really, Saturday day games. Don't like taking overs, but it's 4:00. It's not too bad, but I'm not taking unders in San Jose games, and I'm not taking them in Tampa Bay games right now either, because I just don't think they trust their defense enough to be playing 1-3-1s. They're just going to go out and try to outscore the opposition, and that's likely what will happen here. I would take San Jose though, just because plus 160, they're still not getting respect. So Montreal versus Blues. What did I put in this? Oh yeah, draw over 6. Again, over 6. First period money line for the Blues, because I think Montreal's coming in kind of late, and kind of leaning Blues for the game. But if Binnington's in, I don't like it. But I like the over, no doubt about that. I can't remember. I said that I don't think Montreal's going to have too many letdown spots right now. So that's what I have for that game. Colorado versus Carolina. I got Avalanche team total over 3 at minus 140. Thank you, JD, for that. Avalanche money line. I'm just going to take the Avalanche pretty much every game. I don't in the state of where the Carolina's at right now. They could have a bounce back, but until I see it, I'm not going to trust it. And that's what I have for that game. Chicago, Washington, over again. You got a 5.5. I'm taking it. And over 1.5 first period, over for game. I think Capitals will crush here, actually. I think it's a crush spot for the Capitals. I would take them in a regulation or something like that. Nashville, Calgary, again, over. I'm just over. Draw and team total over 3. So I like Calgary minus 1. I have ML here, but I'm going to take Calgary minus 1. It's just a bad spot for Nashville. And I think Calgary's kind of got the mojo going. If you give them an opportunity to outwork you, they will outwork you. Jets, Senators, it's pretty simple. I'm just taking the money line at minus 135. Probably money's coming in on them, but I'm taking Ottawa money line here. That's all I really had for this game. Ottawa money line. The Jets are bad. I think that's a good price at minus 135. Leafs money line against the Islanders. Too many games for Rittich. No Horvat. Toronto's kind of gotten their mojo going a little bit right now. And thanks to Tim, I think it was, or whoever it was that said the gift is 8-2. So I'll take the gift on that as well. Bruins. Bruins versus the Canucks. I got the over in that game. I'm just going to keep on playing overs with Vancouver. They don't have a very good defense. And the Bruins are both playing. I like all the games over. Yeah, I definitely would be taking over salami. And I'm not one to always take overs like this, but they just seem like there seems like a lot of desperate teams right now. And I think I think a lot of these teams are going to sprint to the break. Yeah, Anaheim continues. I had the over in that game. They continue to go over the total. So those are my picks, my friends, and thanks for coming in, everybody. I got to get out of here. I'm going to go have myself a couple naps and go see if Caroline's okay. You guys are awesome. Talk to you next time, probably tomorrow. Have a great day. Okay, bye.